Hello everyone. Today I will explain chemical reaction and certain conditions which are needed for any chemical reaction to take place. So first we start with definition. How to define any chemical reaction? A chemical reaction is the process of breaking the chemical bonds of the reacting substances and making new bonds to form new substances, that is product. Okay, so during any chemical reaction, old bonds of reacting substances are broken and new bonds are formed to form new product. So what is a chemical bond? Chemical bond is the force that hold the atoms of a molecule together in a compound. So force of attraction which is present between the atom of a molecule is known as a chemical bond. Chemical change always involves absorption or evolution of energy in some form. Example, heat, light, pressure, etc. This is an important aspect of a chemical change, very important aspect of any chemical change. So we should study this aspect in more detail in today's discussion. Okay, now we should know what is the cause of absorption or release of energy in a chemical reaction. What is the reason? Okay, it can be understood as follows. When one or more substances take part in a chemical change, the old bonds present in their molecules get broken and the new bonds according to the chemical composition of the products are formed. Okay, take example of one reaction. Hydrogen react with chlorine to form hydrogen chloride. During combination of hydrogen and chlorine, okay, you can see the reaction. So during this combination of hydrogen and chlorine, the old hydrogen and chlorine bonds are broken. Okay, you can see old bonds which are present between hydrogen and chlorine are broken and the new hydrogen and chlorine bonds are formed to produce two hydrogen chloride molecule. Is it clear? You can see clearly in this reaction bond which is present between hydrogen molecule is broken to release two atoms of hydrogen. Same way in chlorine also, bond which is present between chlorine molecule, two atoms of chlorine molecule, it is also broken to release two chlorine atoms. So one hydrogen combined with one chlorine, another hydrogen combined with another chlorine to form two HCl molecule. Okay, so the breaking of bond always involves an absorption of energy, whereas formation of a bond involves an evolution of energy. Is it clear? Breaking of bond involves absorption of energy. Energy will be absorbed, whereas during formation of a bond, energy is evolved. Okay, the breaking of old bonds in the molecule of reactants and formation of a new bond in the molecule of product requires redistribution of the energy of the system. Hence, a chemical change always involves absorption or liberation of energy. One of the characteristic properties of chemical change, either energy is absorbed or released. This is the reason. Okay, then we will discuss condition for chemical change. One by one, few conditions we will discuss. We will start with close contact. No reaction can take place between reactant if kept far apart. They should be in close contact, then only reaction will take place. This is the first condition. Second one is state of reacting. Chemical changes involving reactant in gaseous or solution state are usually very fast, as the molecules are in a state of rapid motion. Reacting involving solid reactant either very slow or do not take place at all. For example, solid sodium chloride and silver nitrate will not react. Okay, a precipitate of silver chloride is formed by mixing solution of sodium chloride and solution of silver nitrate. So here what is the condition for reaction to take place? Both the reactant should be in aqueous state. What is aqueous state? A solution in which water is used as a solvent is known as aqueous state. So here one of the condition is presence of solution, okay, like sodium chloride and silver nitrate. There will be no reaction when they are in solid state, but if we prepare aqueous solution of both and mix them together, what we will see? A white precipitate of silver chloride is obtained immediately. Okay, then other conditions like heat. Certain reaction take place when reactants are heated. For example, if we mix iron and sulfur without heating, there will be no reaction. When we heat this mixture, iron react with sulfur to form iron second sulfide. So here what is the requirement? Heat is required for reaction to take place. Next one, light. Certain reaction take place in the presence of light. One reaction you already know, photosynthesis. Photosynthesis by green plant take place in the presence of light. But here I will take another example. Hydrogen react with chlorine in the presence of light to produce hydrogen chloride gas. Okay, hydrogen and chlorine react together in the presence of light. Diffuse sunlight, then what they will produce? Hydrogen chloride. So here such type of reaction will be known as photochemical reaction. A reaction which take place in the presence of light is known as photochemical reaction. Then pressure. Certain reaction as Haber's process. What is Haber's process? Haber's process, industrial. It is used to produce ammonia in industry. Here nitrogen react with hydrogen to form ammonia. Okay, you can see this reaction is reversible. Their volume of the reactant is more than volume of the product. Okay, so we have to apply a pressure, then only we can obtain ammonia. Otherwise ammonia once formed, it will again decompose to give nitrogen and hydrogen. So certain reaction needs high pressure to continue, as in this case nitrogen react with hydrogen in the presence of high pressure, 200 atmospheric pressure, to form ammonia. Then electricity, electric current. Certain reaction take place in the presence of electric current, like electrolysis of acidylated water. What is acidylated water? Pure water is bad conductor of electricity. It will not allow electric current to pass through it. So by adding few drop of sulfuric acid, we can electrolyze